Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy with the bad eye today. Out here in my lab doing what I do for you. Oh, I got a nice little lesson for you today. Let's get this party started. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do our thing. Right Thinkers mission, and I'm on it. Swole iron off. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. So you see where we're going with this? So let's get there together. And I'm going to ask you, do you know you? It's you will when I'm done. And it's rhetorical. So if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. Yeah, that's what I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows and knows, a person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry about that. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my yacht, be true. I'm going to give you a quick lesson. Right thinkers, let's talk about the development of devotional feelings. What the hell? I'll answer that for you in a second. And if I got time, we're going to go to how to break down your daily schedule for yoga practice. But let's get through the development of devotional feelings. Again, let's understand this. Check this out. Many people have been soured on what? The idea of a supreme being, God. Why? Due to their experiences with what? Religion. Right there. Ding, ding, ding. Let's work from there. Because of their experience in religion and their experiences in the world, some people even believe what? That talks of religion and gods are the basis for all the melodies, of the world. And that word means the problem, an infection, a disease. We have a disease, it's called religion. Moving on, that's what they're telling you. And for all the melodies of the world and the fanatical violence which humanity has seen throughout history. Slavery was not a good thing. The people who enslaved us want to just gloss over it. They got to be responsible for that. Moving on. I'm going to get to the next one. But sorry, what's this? But they feel what? That if there was a God, why would he let that happen to them? Or a supreme being, okay, why would he allow those things to happen to them as a people in the world to go on if it does with all this violence and negativity? If there was a God, why would he allow all this to happen? Let's answer the question. This statement is backed up by pure ignorance. Now, don't get offended. It means you don't know. Ignorance don't mean you're stupid or dumb. Please don't get misunderstood. The word ignorant means not to know. But because, if you can back that statement up, because of ignorance and because while this world is supported by what? Divine will. All the elements of the world, no problem. Everything was given to man, no problem. Man was given free will, ding, 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 ding. That allows a problem with the world. Don't blame God for the nonsense that we're doing, please. And watch this. The events which occur are inspired by human greed and desire and egoistic ways of living. That ain't got nothing to do with God. Therefore, God cannot be blamed for the negativity of the world. Put a pin right there. We want to blame everything on God, when the whole idea is to maintain your knowledge and understanding of God to serve him, so you'll be the beneficiary of him. If you go against him, you will get the wrath of God. Simple as that. It's called karma. You reap what you sow. If you don't worship God, you don't pay homage to God, you got a visit coming. Simple as that. But again, you have choice. That's the deal right there. So God got nothing to do. Once he gave you free will, man, have at it. We ain't too good. We ain't doing too good since our ancients. They had it right, and ever since then, it ain't been right. Now, rather, it is human ignorance, egoism, which are to blame for all the ills of the world, when a human being is able to rise above his pettiness, his sentimentality, and his egoistic human thinking. Me, I, selfish, greed. Those are all the qualities of a human being, not God. The higher divine, here we go, the higher divine vision emerges where? Up here. Same with ignorance, up here. This is the central goal of all spiritual practice, aka right thinking philosophy, and your daily meditation in particular. Those are things that you have to get down to a pattern, a precise routine. Daily. That's how you get good at it. And when you become reconciled to the understanding that you yourself are the one who caused any pain or sorrow in your life. Just like it's you who earned the blessings for doing what's right, and God will reward you for that. You are the common denominator. You can do it good or you can do it bad. You can do it right or you can do it wrong. But it still comes down to you. That's free will. So stop blaming God and somebody else for the stuff that you do or don't do for you, to you, and by you. Moving on. Know thyself. You. And when you have sorrows and pain in your life, that you have the means to rise above all the obstacles once you conquer the ego self. Why? That's what's keep you down there in that lower level. Greed, anger, selfishness, all those qualities that once you get rid of them, you raise your conscious level. You raise your personal character. And the obstacles is the ego. You can begin to see that God, or the ultimate reality, which is the innermost self, within you. Again, we back to you. Has been waiting for you all the time. I just told my sister this morning, when I was rolling, I didn't give a damn about church, God, or spirituality. None of that meant nothing to me. Why? I was getting cash in the hand. I was doing my thing. I didn't need nothing. But when they closed them damn bars on me, I'm God. And he didn't deny me. And I've been with him ever since. That's been over 40 years now. Moving on. So that's what I'm saying. Once you make the decision, you responsible, be it good or bad. So understand, it's all about you. And watch this. God is in you. He ain't went nowhere. He's waiting for you with open arms to receive Now he gets your love and to give it in return. He's always going to reciprocate, but he always, what you give him, he going to magnify it. Those who magnify God, God magnifies them. That means if you do right in his eyes, he will bless you in abundance. Things that you had no idea about. That's why people believe in God. They don't believe, no, when they serve God and worship God, that's why. Why? They getting things for that. And if you haven't gotten them, that means you ain't did not deserve it. Change your lifestyle. And when you give God, God will always give a return. 1,000-fold. How about that? No, he don't match you. He magnified 1,000 times. That's called abundance. Therefore, and that's that spiritual talk. No, I hear the spiritual talk. I'm telling you the damn truth. Simple as that. A straight fact. If you do that, that doesn't happen. So therefore, you should allow your mind to flow where? Towards the divine. Not down here towards yourself. Self divine. Devotional feeling means enhancing all your spiritual practices. I practice spiritual discipline. I hold myself accountable to do what's right, no matter what the situation, circumstances is. I hold myself accountable to handle myself. And it hastens to what? To the disillusions of the ego. When you're doing what's right over what you want, how you feel, the ego start to lose its luster, its gravitas over you. So it's starting to get, well, I can't control him. Okay, that's what you want. You want to be him to serve you, not you serving him. In the primary obstacle, which is your ego, that's your primary obstacle to what? Spiritual realization and spiritual enlightenment. That's your biggest downfall. And that's the enemy that's within. Okay? Thus, daily meditation is supported by wisdom and devotion. Wisdom means I ain't blaming, oh God, I ain't no damn God fanatic. I have wisdom, of course, my experience, and my devotion is to him. My spiritual discipline, I'm holding myself accountable to look good in his sight. I could care a damn about man. That's spiritual. Okay, that's the difference, not religious, spiritual. Here's a quick phrase from our ancient Egyptian proverb. It says, seeketh thou God, meaning you seek it for the beautiful in yourself. One is the path that leadeth unto it. Devotion joined with wisdom. Those are things that you need to know God, to get to God, to express and understand God for yourself, the experience and the wisdom and the devotion to put forth the effort to make it happen, and you will be rewarded for that. I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you again, if you do right by him, he's going to do right by you. He ain't that deal-making devil. Well, you keep trying to serve him. He keep offering you everything. You keep serving. You never get what you want. Sound familiar? God never does that. If you got that situation, you ain't serving God. Now, let me get this other part right quick. I see the clock. I got a few more lessons. I got another paragraph or two. So let me ride through this. Now, many people will shy away from what they call sentimentality. Symbolically, something that means something to you, it might not mean nothing to nobody else. My altar, my stuff here means nothing to nobody but me. It means everything to me, but somebody else don't give a crap. When I know people who pass on, I'm not going through people's private stuff. I can't do that. So I ain't one of them kind of people. When my dad passed, I don't want nothing. Nah, move it on. It's saying, why? I am not emotional or sentimental. Most men feel I ain't sentimental. Yet, even your intellectuals are sentimental about what? Their particular form of philosophy. Just like y'all sentimental about your religion. I understand. I'm sentimental about my right thinking philosophy, so get me. I understand. I don't have no problem with that at all. Your sentiment is for you, you own it. So everyone is sentimental in one way or another. And that should be okay, irrespective by other people. Why? If what you're sentimental about, you want me to be responsible, respectful. So what I'm sentimental about, you should do the same thing. That's how you don't have a problem. When people do something different, the respect that you show them for theirs, you get that in return. That way y'all can live in harmony together. What you do don't bother me. What I do don't bother you. That's fine. That's all. Moving on. Oh, I don't know. That's my speech for real. Okay. No. Okay, I'm down here. Okay. Yes, okay. Now, we are sentimental at some point in time. But furthermore, we have deep within our heart of every human being. It don't say deep inside of some human beings' heart. It don't say most. It don't say black or white. It say all. Every human being's heart. Okay. What? There lies an innate desire we call love. That's the heart. God represents that. This desire is often expressed in limited ways. We got Valentine's Day coming up. Everybody gonna swear to God, yeah, swear, man, that's the dumbest thing in the world, but everybody gonna play that game. If y'all know the true history, Google Valentine's. Okay? Google what it really meant. And you might say, man, I ain't doing that nonsense. Moving on. Every festival or every celebration that y'all call holidays, if you knew the history of it, you might shy away from it. The first, we was 360 days. The 5 days that we got, they call eponautical days, meaning only sacred days for the 5 births of the kids from new. That's how it started out. Another lesson, but yeah, moving on. But when you have limited expressions of this thing we call love, because we are human, loving individuals, loving objects, loving what you're doing, loving your job, etc. See where we're going with that? So everybody's sentimental to something at some point in time. That's the point. No difference. We are really desired, what? By the soul. Excuse me. What is really desired by the soul is what? Is to express unlimited love. Not physically all the time when you got the, yeah, I love you. Yeah, no. I'm a spiritualist and I have nothing but spiritual love. I don't have to touch you, see you, be your company, but I can share that with you. That's the difference. So therefore, any limitations of love constitutes what? A falling short of what? The possibility to achieve that emotional fulfillment. When we hear love, we thinking, no, it's an expression of emotions, of feelings. It don't have to be physical. Therefore, one should really understand that if that emotional aspect of oneself, if it's harnessed and channeled correctly, it can be a formidable force toward what? Your self-discovery. The self is the true objective of all love. When you love a person, again, watch this, you are really loving the soul, aka God, the essence, which is the sustaining reality of all persons. God is spirit that's in us. The emotion comes from us thinking and having emotion mentally. Emotions in action. That means you're thinking about it, you're feeling it, so you're going to act on it. And all of it don't have to be physical. When you love an object, it can't love you back. Okay? You're really loving what? The soul, which is what? The sustaining reality of said object. Why? A car can't love you back. It can perform. If you look at it that way, yeah, that's giving me turn, but that's what it's all about. But it can't show you emotions. It's an inanimate object. This is the basis of what? The discipline known as, you ready? Devotional yoga. Your love for God, your desire to do what's right in His eyes and perform the what? That's devotional feelings. That's what we're talking about right here. That's how you acquire that. And it involves what? Developing a greater and greater what? Attachment to God. First, how? By learning about Him. That's the knowledge. Okay? That's the knowledge. Learning about God. How? Through spiritual scripture. The book of coming forth by day. Y'all call it the book of the dead. Y'all use the Bible. We had one that's going to give you basic instructions before leaving earth. Preparing you for the afterlife. Same thing. But you get scripture, which is your wisdom teaching. I'm here to give you that daily. And from here, you're developing what? Your faith that there truly is in what? An entity which transcends all. If I wasn't being blessed for doing what I thought I could do to be blessed, I would not be an advocate for God. Well, he improved to me who He is, so I wouldn't be doing that. And once that do happen, and it did happen, that's why I'm an advocate for God. I ain't no damn preacher. I can care less about church. Don't do religion. It's all spiritual and mental. I'm a teacher of that concept of philosophy that you can practice to get you to God and get you to know God for yourself. I don't want you to believe in a damn thing. I want you to know. Okay, that's important. And that's brought on by what? The experience of putting forth the word. Did I get over? Yeah, I'm over his side. Okay, now, when you get that understanding, you conscious of God, the transcendent all, the creator of all, nature is here for you to see. And Jesus said, nature's God all over the earth. Nobody, that's nature. Every group of people has lived in harmony with nature, except the white man. Moving on. Now, ordinary love for what? Objects is a limited perspective. That's the ego. Materialistic stuff. You can love that, but it goes nowhere. If you love a car or a house, it cannot reciprocate your love, and you could even lose it. Trying to get calmed down. Similarly, if you love a human being, sometimes what? They can't reciprocate either. Why? Due to their own emotional egoism and ignorance of what the relationship is requiring. So y'all ain't really going together. Why y'all together, but it ain't working because of what? The egoism of what? The impairment or the fear of death. That's being human. If you're scared to die, if it's all about stuff, then you're still thinking limited. Your thought process is to what? Me, I. That's the ego self. That don't get you nowhere. And what happens? Now, they may someday even learn to hate you. We got divorced. 50% of marriages end up in divorce. Why? Because two people don't get along. That happens. But when you discover your love for God, calm down, I get excited about that. When you find that love and discover God, who is where? Within you. That's the first thing. God ain't nowhere but within you. And when you discover that, that's knowing thyself. There can be no separation, okay, between you and God. And no more, what? No. Now you know. And there's no reduction in this feeling you call love for God. I ain't ever gonna have this love for God, or just ain't gonna happen. Why? Because I know better. That's why. And it goes on, and it's increasing, and it's expanding. You're getting better. Why? Because you're being blessed. You're living right. Things are going right for you. So life is good. You can't tell a person who experienced that God don't exist. Simple as that. You can't convince me about ain't no God. You can say what you want. Don't make a difference. Moving on. That's why you have gnosis. You can't be swayed with knowledge of self. Nobody can't tell you who you are. I know who I am. Moving on. Well, according to that, I don't give a damn. Okay? Keep your own records of yourself. Know thyself. You know, worry about what they say about you. And this is really what they call the glory of true devotion to God. I got to let somebody bring out one book. Okay, this book right here. They call it The Glorious Light of God, Meditation. I got whole nother concept of meditation for you coming up after this one. So it's all about the mind game. Master how to use this, and you're good to go. Let me wrap this up. I see the clock. All right. When you have this total devotion to God, it is like a perpetual feeling of joy and bliss. I watched my man Sadi Guru. I watched my man Osha. Those guys just ooze. Just ooze spiritual bliss. Why? Because they ain't caught up in a whole bunch of other stuff. That's why I listen to them when they speak. And when you blissed out, you could, yes you could. State of mind. I'm working on that myself. So yeah, I'm getting better. When you're blissed out, not unlike the feeling of what, like young love, their first love, or even a mother love for their child, it supersedes all of that. I'm a father. I got children. I got grandchildren. But God supersedes all of that. Oh, you put God before? Yeah. Why? You got to understand that. If you don't, that's on you, not me. Don't tell me what you think I should be doing. I'm telling you what I'm doing based on what I know. You can think and feel what you want and do whatever you think is best for you. Moving on. But in both of those cases, there is what they call a constant awareness of what? Of the loved one. And no matter what activity one may be engaged in, a parent love for their child supersedes everything else. Love for God is more exalted and more what? Magnanimous. I mean, it don't get no bigger. Why? Because it is the infinite and eternal love that don't die. That's the lesson. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to drop the pin on that one and give you my spiel. In closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100 miles a day. So I never knew that my right thinkers had passed away. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I enjoyed giving it to you. I'll be right back.